Video games. A large source of entertainment which boomed in the 80s and is still pushing forward with new and high-tech games each year. They take you to a different place and reward you for beating unspeakable monsters. I personally love an extended amount of them. However, growing up over the years, looking back on all the video games I've played, myself as a child, as a teenager, and seen played by others, some also scared me. We've all played that one game that sent chills up our spines at the most unexpected moment. Here are my top 10 most horrifying things from games I've ever seen. Number 10. Gygus, Earthbound series. You probably already saw this one coming. Earthbound is a playful role-playing styled game where you play as a kid named Ness who has to go on adventures with his friends to fight off an alien coming to Earth. The main enemy of the game is known as Gygus, or the Cosmic Destroyer. He's an evil alien who intends to sentence the world into infinite darkness. Sounds fun? Unfortunately, that's not the scary part. It's his appearance that also captures the horror aspect. Some say that this came from the creator Shigesato Itoi's trauma he faced from a movie he once accidentally watched as a child. If you look close enough, Gygus appears to look like a fetus during his second battle stage. Could this be an anti-abortion campaign? Who knows. Moving on. Number 9. Fun is Infinite, Sonic CD. Yeah, I know, this game actually has nothing to do with the storyline, but hey, it's still creepy. Sonic the Hedgehog is a video game that came out in the early 90s, published by the gaming company Sega. This Easter egg, even though having nothing to do with the plotline whatsoever, still gives me chills to this day. In order for this to work, you'll have to put in the code .46.12.25 into the sound test, and this image will pop up. Yeah, not exactly scary or horrifying. A little creepy maybe, but still. Moving on. Number 8. Dead Hand. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Each Zelda game has its own creepy moments, but without any scary moments in games, you aren't exploring or having an adventure. However, maybe Nintendo could have toned it down a notch. You play as Link, a warrior who must embark on a quest to save Hyrule from Ganondorf once again. This time, however, he must visit 6 different temples before facing him. As a child and as an adult, you must face a creature known only as the Dead Hand. Or as I like to call him, Fucker McFuckyface! This guy horrified me as a kid for some pretty obvious reasons. Sorry for the overreaction, and moving on. Number 7. First zombie encounter. Resident Evil. Resident Evil is one of the scariest video games in the world. In fact, saying it's scary is more of an understatement. In Resident Evil, you play as either Chris or Jill, both members of the STARS Alpha team, who are called in to investigate strange disappearances in the Arklay Mountain area. I know, now when you look at it as an adult, you aren't exactly that scared. But as a kid, having no weapon, but ultimately realizing you have to get past this guy, I was terrified. Not to mention in the remake, if you don't burn the corpses or blow their brains out, they come back as one of these things. Great! Number 6. SAX, Metroid Fusion. Metroid Fusion is the 4th installment of the Metroid series. SAX, also known as Samus Aran X, is a byproduct of the parasitic life form known as X, which had managed to consume Samus Aran on a previous mission. The parasite was so corruptive, it had made Samus vulnerable and her suit had to be surgically removed. However, the X parasite somehow was able to copy her form and transformed it into a clone of herself, an alter ego of sorts. This portion of the game managed to send me running to my mom after playing it on my Game Boy Advance SP. Number 5. The Sorrow Battle. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. War can do many things to a man or a woman, and MGS3 doesn't stray away from these things.
In Metal Gear Solid 3, you play as Naked Snake, a secret agent sent by the CIA's covert operation. Ow. Sorry guys, I don't know what that was. That was really weird. Anyways.
In Metal Gear Solid 3, you play as Snake, a secret agent sent by the covert operations group Fox on a mission to destroy the Shagohod, a tank capable of launching nuclear missiles from far terrains. During one particular part of the game, Snake awakens in a river-like path and is approached by the Sorrow, an ex-member of the Cobra unit who is a psychic medium. In order for Snake to pass this level, he must face all the men he's slain and accept his demons. Don't think that's scary? Just watch this and trust me, you might reconsider. Number 4. The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Not Take Mirror. This one doesn't need much explaining. In Twilight Princess, you play as a young warrior Link who has to once again save Hyrule. I know, same story, same concept, but this one did manage to freak me out a little the first time I played it. When you finally are close to beating the Snowpeak ruins, you walk into Yetta's room, and then this happens. Yeah, it kinda did creep me out a little. Everything changed so quickly, and it was a bit unnerving. Watching what you thought was your friend transform into a monster that wants to kill you. But that's not the only example I'm going to use from that. Moving on. Number 3. Splatterhouse 3, Jennifer's a Mindless Beast. Splatterhouse 3 is one of those old Namco games that not many people remember, except for the remake that came out in 2010. In the original Splatterhouse, you play as Rick, a parapsychologist student who has his girlfriend abducted by monsters after being attacked himself. The Terror Mask, a mask which grants the wearer superhuman strength and regenerative abilities, revives him and he must advance his way through the levels to save her. In the third Splatterhouse, Rick is settled down with Jennifer and his son David. But however, monsters return and he must once again wear the mask. In one level, if Rick fails to save Jennifer from a boreworm inside of her, this happens. Look at that face! Imagine playing this at night with all the lights off. I'd run outside screaming. Sorry, I overreacted again. I apologize. Let's continue. Number 2, Silent Hill 2, Meeting Pyramid Head. Silent Hill has its share of scariest moments. In fact, they were so scary I could never bring myself around to play it, and had to watch others play it so I could spare myself the trauma. These are one of those games. You play as James Sunderland, a man hiding from the horrors of his past who has to confront his demons in Silent Hill, a macabre purgatory-like abandoned town. There are a lot of monsters in the game that you have to face, but not one so cunningly terrifying as Pyramid Head. You first encounter Pyramid Head in a hospital, and trust me, it's not exactly pretty to watch. What was he doing? I never learned what it was. Then again, maybe it's best I don't know. And finally, number 1. The scariest game I've ever played as a kid was The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. My number 1 pick goes to this game specifically because of all the controversy surrounding it. This entire game itself supposedly runs around the stages of grief. Not to mention that moon's fucking stare. Just look at it. It's the stuff of nightmares. The statue you can make almost stares at you. When you transform into anything aside from fierce deity and that giant mask thingy, you want to shit yourself right then and there. It was responsible for the Ben Drowned creepypasta. I could go on and on. Despite this, the game is still a pretty interesting one. I compare it to Twin Peaks, as everyone in Terminus similarly has their own little quirks, and is completely oblivious as to what's going on. Either way, it was still a pretty good game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Should I make more videos like this? Let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, I have a Twitter account now. I'll include it in the description. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.